then I start up this server. But there's basically two parts of this. This is essentially what the student is going to see when they log onto our page. And it's zoomed out a little bit right now. But essentially, this will be the panel that the students will have access to once the lecture starts. And then similarly, this will be what the instructor sees whenever they choose to start a lesson. So how the process will work is once the instructor begins recording, they'll press start. And this will let us know that the lecture in this instance has begun. And the students now can actually give the instructors live feedback. And so the categories are live feedback, lecture feedback, and vote. Live feedback is something that if you click on right now, the instructors will see it on their live feedback panel. And I'll do a demo of that in a little bit. The second one is lecture feedback, where you can give the lecturer feedback that they'll be able to see after the lecture is over. And then vote actually lets the instructors ask questions and allow the students to engage with them to answer those questions directly. So right now, from the instructor side, this is what you're seeing. And all of these lines here, they're actually corresponding to the live commands. So if I was a student and let's say Omer was giving a lecture and he says something that sounds really confusing, as a student, if I just click on this confused live, actually this will be a timeline that will actually let them see exactly how many people are confused at any given moment. The categories I've taught right now are confused, slow down, and code. Confused means there's confusion amongst the class. Slow down means that Omer or the lecture is going too fast. And then code means can we see a live code example of what they're talking about. So this timeline is graphing everything in real time. And these buttons to the left are meant to be used to make it very easy for the instructor to know exactly if something kind of bad is happening. So if I click on this confused really quickly, if it goes beyond a certain number of requests in a given moment, the background will change colors. And so this will let the instructors know that something is happening and they should be aware of it. Just a really quick way for them to see at a quick glance if everything's kind of good or if there's anything that they need to work on. Lecture feedback is the same thing, except when the students click on it, no one sees it right away. It just kind of goes into the database. And then the final part is the question. So if halfway through a lecture, if the instructor has a question of, does everyone understand promises? Now, as a student, it's maybe a bit too long, but as a student, this question will now populate in the vote box, and the students will have the ability to answer yes, unsure, or no. And when they vote on the questions, actually, the instructors will be seeing the answers coming through live. So it's a really quick way for lecturers to also kind of stop in the middle and do a really quick status check to see if everyone understands what's going on. And so once that's over, the lecturer will press stop, and now this session is over. So once that happens, then what the instructor can do is they can go over to the summary view of their platform. And what this does is this actually provides a timeline of when the request came in and which parts of their lecture was there the most response to. In addition, down here, you also see that they'll actually create also a database of all the questions that were asked during this class and what the answers were for each one of them. So if the lecturer wanted to go back afterwards and review the lecture, this gives them everything that happened from the student's perspective. And then finally, as I was